All right, it's rolling. It's rolling. All right. Welcome to Hot Mic, Hot Topic, and today we're doing actually a review video. So stay tapped in, stay tuned, and yeah, we just gonna rock with it. Let's get it.
Welcome to episode.
A new initiative is underway aimed to crack down on child sex trafficking on the Figueroa corridor. 265 people were arrested for using the internet to target kids for sexual abuse.
Yeah, she like the famous kid prostitute.
You are 100% correct, and it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you seriously have an Instagram and you're out here flaunting this lifestyle? Like, what the f?
I mean, she make it look real fun.
And that's the problem.
That's the
I
problem.
think that's what makes so many people disturbed by this.
Long story short, yeah, man, we was gorilla man, you feel me? A should come up missing, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, whatever you want to call it.
At one point, a 14-year-old girl was trafficked for at least 3 days in a row at a South LA motel.
They were branding these young women, they were abusing them, they were drugging them.
If you are being forced to have relations with people and give the money to somebody else and you can't leave, it's a slavery situation.
How do you know how to say this? I'm like, because I was you before. She's just me 2.0.
Don't let this internet fool y'all. Don't let whatever she posts when I'm with her for 3 minutes and literally after that she told me I gotta go. Y'all need to pray for me because this shit is getting harder and harder by the day, literally.
The fact that if I don't buy her, then you're going to basically kill her, I don't think that's going to make me more likely to want to purchase her.
Please do not send any hate or honestly comments of any kind to anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion.
And yeah, we're gonna give the same disclaimer. In fact, we'll leave that up and just say it's a disclaimer. This is all entertainment purposes only, fair use. Obviously we doing this reaction video. We covering Nova from Soft White Underbelly, and we really trying to figure this situation out. My co-host is not privy to the situation, so we gonna figure this out together.
On matters of public concern. Thank you.
Hide your kids, hide your plug. The Hoover's criminal gang is running amok, and they are pulling in Tanea. They are pulling in Adam 2216 Gray Mason. They're pulling in Mark Leta. The web is webbing. The worlds have collided, and the collision course led him straight to a federal indictment and a RICO. Girl, let's talk about it.
But while this ad, well, we can give a comment. I could give a commentary. Let me give a commentary real quick. Because they mentioned the gang, and I guess I would start it off by saying I don't believe there's any gang that could endorse this type of activity. Excuse me. This right here is despicable, and to even this is a minor, you understand me? So I believe to even be in 2025 having this conversation is a travesty, in my opinion.
So it's entertainment, but it's a warning.
Right. But I'm right.
So first things first, we gotta travel back in time. So I do timelines on this channel and predictions. Around December 7th, 2 years ago, 2023, Mark Leta posts a video interviewing a 13-year-old runaway. She's 13 years old. It's pretty much undisputed. I don't know. I didn't check her birth certificate, but that appears to be what's being.
So Soft White Underbelly, for those don't know, basically is a YouTube channel, and it deals with real life situations that's really going on, and these people are being interviewed on this channel.
Dealing with and surviving trauma.
Yeah, it's a lot of trauma on this particular channel, but I think for the most part, from what people from what I see on social media, is that this guy is basically profiting off the struggles of you know, predominantly others in the LA region or wherever he chooses to find these people to interview. But that's neither here nor there. That's Soft White Underbelly, and that's what
presented here. Look at the title of the video. And I pitched a fit about it, and so did a lot of people. A lot of people stopped following Mark Leta because of this video. And it was because, namely, this child, this 13-year-old in the video, she was wearing like a bathing suit bikini top, and it was see-through. You could see straight through it, and it wasn't just nasty stuff.
Have you've been working some of the streets as a prostitute? How long has that been going on?
Since May.
Since May?
Yeah.
Is it a horrifying life for a 13-year-old girl?
Yeah. Every time, like before I go to the blade or anything, like my stomach, it'll feel like I'm finna throw up. Like,
I made a whole video about it. I'm not getting into it right now, but all that happened December 7th, 2023. In the video, Mark Leta discussed S-work, like I said, her client's supposed, estradiol preferences for younger children. She had braces in this interview, and notably, no tattoos, pretty much at all, are visible. She might have one. No face tattoos. Okay, so put a pin in that idea for later. In the video, she claims she used to live in Beverly Hills. She had a great life until her mother, her biological mother, Tanea, Force Nova, it's this little girl's name.
So yeah, we're gonna stop. We're gonna give the little backstories. And at any moment, if you need it, any insight, obviously I'm right here. But this lady right here, this is Nova's mom, and I believe,
Was she an S worker?
I believe she became famous. I want to say famous. I'm not really entirely sure, but I did see another YouTuber or internet personality, Crip Mac. So I'm guessing that's when she became famous. Not entirely sure on that, but the main point is this is this young woman's mom, the 13-year-old.
She's forced to live with Tanea, her biological mother, and according to Nova, Tanea taught her a whole new lifestyle.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree. She has a father too.
Now, a lot of people took issue with this at the time. One Reddit user made an ominous prediction at the time that I wanted to read to y'all. This is Sid Witch. I was able to catch the video before it was made private. One of the things Nova said repeatedly was that if she were to die today, no one would know. There's a real fear she has of being forgotten to the streets. She thanked Mark in the video. She said he saved her life because now she doesn't have to go back to the abusive PIMP that she was living with.
Yeah, I'll stop it right there. I'm gonna say this. That's definitely thing when it comes to the streets, and it's so sad that a 13-year-old has to deal with this because people are harmed in these situations, and
You're talking about where it says no one would know,
right, so yeah, no one would know because the streets are very tragic at times, and who would really, no one would know, you know what I'm saying? And I could totally understand that point, and it's a very scary situation.
She said that she met girls as young as 10 years old on Fig. Now, Fig is Figueroa Street, or the Figueroa Corridor, specifically this area of Los Angeles, California that is known to be rife with prostitution and substances. The comment goes on, there are many girls who are either trafficked or are runaways. With nowhere to go, they end up on a blade. This is a street where someone walks down for this type of work, somewhere in some city. It's happening more often than we realize. I say all that to say, even though it's uncomfortable to hear her story, she deserves to be able to tell it. Great, wonderful, no problem there. And I've always agreed. I think she should be allowed.
And this story is very uncomfortable, and it's honestly not even a story if people would monitor the whereabouts of their children. You know what I mean? These are children 10 years old. Like,
Sounds like her mom knew where she was, though.
I'm trying to use my words like wisely, because it's I think it's bigger than even her mom knowing about where she is. I think it's peer pressures in these scenarios, not to mention fear and abuse, violence, you know, against these women, not kids. Excuse me. So
I have a question. If she was 12, when did she start living with that pimp? Yeah.
right. So these are all valid questions, all things that, you know, as the course of this episode, we should definitely recollect.
To tell her story with parental consent, which is the law, and dressed with clothes on. I don't think it's appropriate or proper for a grown man in his 60s or however old he is, Mark Leta, to be talking about S work with a child who's okay. So that's I think
I totally agree with that point, and I hate to keep stopping it. I just gotta get this out. Although it's a very distasteful thing to do, to profile and make a piece on this child. This guy is running a YouTube channel, and this guy is running content, and it's sad that a innocent child has to be inside of the crossfire of that. Whether he's right, I don't know if he's right. He'll have to figure that out, you know, whenever he says his prayers at night. But I totally agree.
I agree too.
we should all be able to agree on that. And then showing that and distributing it to us. And then he put it behind a paywall. So then eventually he blurs it out. He censors out the chest of this child. And then he's like, oh, if you want the uncensored version, so the child with no shirt on, talking about S work, where to find her, what's her Instagram handle, and all kind of other things. Again, I already made a video about this. Basically, Mark lets everyone know where to find, how to find, what her name is, how she goes about doing her business, what she thinks about certain things. About 2 months goes by after that video is first posted and then taken down, reposted, censored, and all this other, saga. And I publish this video called, Should Mark Leta Be Prosecuted for This? I'm still wondering. Now, when I put that video out and when I was critical of Mark Leta, anytime I'm critical of Mark Leta, people immediately start calling me a conspiracy theorist, jealous. I'm jealous of the views. No, I can guarantee you I'm not jealous. It doesn't take very much to get a naked 13-year-old on your channel, okay? I'm not jealous of that. I'm critical of it because it's deplorable. And someone obviously needs to tell him because clearly he don't know. Anyway, people start calling me a conspiracy theorist, but the very things that I was concerned about in that video began to materialize before my very eyes. So it turns out, according to these flyers, Nova had actually been missing for over a month. Already over a month by February. Okay, so when I put my video out, Nova had already been missing for a month. The last time she was seen was January 2024. So then in the middle of February, I've already put my video out, and here come these flyers. Ebony alert. For 41 days, this post says from the doc.
And I'm gonna say this, and it's just coming to my head. I feel like a lot of this is basically on the parents, and I'm trying to say the right things, because it's like, as a parent, you have a responsibility and a duty to monitor your children, and it's easier said than done. You never know about influences. You never know about just secrets. But that's the nuances and the job of executing your parental responsibilities.
Right.
Agree.
Ellis Foundation. Renaya Moorhead has been missing from Los Angeles, California, her whereabouts unknown since January 5th, 2024. Despite this significant duration of absence, there remains a troubling lack of detailed information available to the public. The Doc Ellis Foundation stands alongside Nova's family, urging for increased transparency and accountability in disseminating information related to her disappearance. Every day that passes without answers brings heightened concern and anguish for her loved ones. Then 2 days after that, there's another flyer of this sort. This, I believe, is on Instagram or maybe Facebook, from Black Los Angeles. In this one, Tanea actually speaks, the mom. Quote, "With all due respect, if you know anything or see my daughter, please call 911 and give location. Thank you, bless." And this just starts to feel a little bit like some other weird family speaking on missing persons fly.
And why is that?
I just never heard about it before.
Right. And I think at the end of the day, it's a sham. And to divulge on that some more is to say that they put this alert out and this child is still on social media. This child is still on soft white underbelly. This child, so this child is missing on paper, but still has a digital footprint, which is the tragedy here is that whatever side that you're on, whether you believe that law enforcement should definitely have this in their helm and be on top of this. This is the case here. They issued a alert, whether Amber, Ebony, whatever kind of alert they issued for this minor, and that's all it remained. It doesn't change anything. I guess we're gonna find out. I hate to spoil it, but yeah, actually I won't spoil it. But I don't know.
They didn't do their job to find her, or they did
Not doing their job. I feel like law enforcement is not doing their job, and this is I think a law enforcement issue, in my opinion. And like I said, I'm using my words wisely. I'm trying to stay in the confines. It's a law enforcement issue. It's also a morality issue on the adults that are making this prolong, as far as the people participating in this. So it's not just law enforcement. It's adults that are seeing this and letting this go on, whether it be just it's tricky. It's really tricky. Last words.
I guess it's just telling about what they choose to pursue.
Right.
Flyers that we've dealt with in the past, but I digress. But as you can see in the flyer, it says 14-year-old. Renaya Moorhead was last seen January 5th at 8 p.m. in South Los Angeles. Have you seen her? Help us find Ebony Alert, Los Angeles. Now, if you're wondering what an Ebony Alert is, it's basically a missing persons alert for Black individuals. Hold that thought, though, because we're going to have Adam Grandmason 22 explain it to y'all. Adam 16 explain it to
They put an Ebony Alert out on her. Fuck Amber. They put Ebony Alert out
But
on
that's
her.
not a real thing, is it?
Yeah,
Ebony Alert is
So it's
the
a black girl that call it an ebony alert? Is that real?
Ebony Alert,
No,
yeah.
they only said that to me because I was a prostitute. I think.
Sounds sexual to me. Ebony Alert?
Just because ebony is the category?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I feel you, but is
Only Ebony I know is off Players Club. And you get what I'm saying? I didn't know what they were trying to get
is
at,
an
but
Amber Alert for a black girl?
And I won't miss any key moments to issue my teachings. And yeah, I definitely won't miss any key moments to issue my teachings. And I hate to take it over. I wish and you know, we got time. We definitely got time for you to voice your opinions as well. But the friendship and wanting to be cool with your child is despicable. I don't know exactly what triggered me to say that from the interaction that we just saw. If we can go back 5 minutes, yeah, you can make your point.
I think she acts more like her mentor than her mom. You know, like she does want to teach her things, but she's wanting to teach her not motherly things. She wanted teaching her like what she knows, right?
So we'll run this back 5 seconds.
and you get what I'm saying? I didn't know what they were trying to get
Is
at,
an
but
Amber Alert for a black girl actually called an ebony?
And before we get there, we have people like Adam 22, which is running a global business,
Profiting.
and yeah, that's a whole nother video. So, and I'm not taking nothing away from Adam, but the thing is, at the end of the day, this is his job right here, and to make money. And we have a crisis sitting across the table from him, where we have a mom that is inevitably friends with the child. A combustion that is cataclysmic.
Is she blurred again for nudity?
Blurred. Yeah, blur everything. I wish they would have blurred everything. They should have blurred everything, because you blur out a minor, and you blur, because I'll be very candid with you and the viewers. I actually caught this episode. And I was so lost, and understanding the minor involved, I couldn't go through more than a minute of the episode. But what I should say is Adam is trying to profit here. We have a crisis on the other side of the table. And we also have a mom, a mother, who is friendly with the child, which is not setting the proper boundaries required for the safety of this child.
Right. The safety is the key, because she is trying to provide for her in a way. She's like, I want you to, like, do this, do that. Like, she is trying to guide her. Just misguided.
Okay, we gotta get in the microphone, but yeah, I totally understand that point, and we're gonna continue with the video here.
Alert. It just seems like it should all just be one alert. Like, why do we have to have a different alert for black girls?
They were
No
saying
offense.
it was pretty racist.
It just seems kind of like, they're all human.
I never
Right.
heard that before.
Well, it is.
You heard of it?
Isn't that but black girls?
No, I guess it's different.
What did it say?
Seems racist. It's a statewide emergency system in California specifically created for black persons.
This is all happening February 2024, and right around the exact same time as these missing persons flyers and my video coming out saying like this is kind of like dangerous for this child to be being advertising her services and her name and where's her mom and why is Mark Leta talking to her, and like a lot of the members of the public were really concerned about it as well. In the same exact month, we get, for what y'all might think right now is a seemingly unrelated occurrence, but please do note, that same month of the missing persons flyers and all of that, there was a huge arrest for a criminal gang, the 59 Hoover criminal gang. This is an offshoot of the Crips. They had established a base of operation in Columbia.
Yeah, so the Hoover criminals, apparently, allegedly, caught an indictment behind minors, and I so hope that's not true, because in any type of I don't even want to say gang, but any type of lifestyle where you could say some type of underworld or outlaw is substantiated, you gotta remember that there's always honor and integrity. Here we have it, these individuals are flashing cash, flashing expensive items, all on the backs of minors, which is not respectable. I don't care, what lifestyle you partake in, and that's just the facts of the matter.
Okay, let me clarify. Have they been arrested, convicted, or this is just alleged? What's going on?
So this is all allegedly, and we're gonna find out more information. We're getting the information. I'm just stopping it to say that wrong is wrong, and even inside of the streets, inside of the trenches, whatever you want to call it, there should be an honor system, and I mean, you got to think a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old, like
she said 10-year-olds were there.
A 10-year-old, a 12-year-old. You have to grab and make points.
Is this a female in the middle?
So, yeah, 10-year. I believe this is a female in the middle. But a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, that cannot be stamped or validated by any street gang. I don't,
Columbia, Maryland, so they were being prosecuted there for gang activities. However, there's press conferences and news releases that do confirm that this is the same Hoover criminal gang, which was actually started in California, Los Angeles.
Through our Violent Crime Reduction Initiative, which became the Permanent Crime Reduction Teams, we were able to indict and prosecute these violent, harmful people. This last case, involving 8 members of the 59 Hoover criminal gang, has concluded with the conviction of its leader. This criminal network was believed to be involved in multiple violent crimes and other offenses.
But this wasn't the only Hoover Street criminal gang arrest that was going on with this gang lately. There was a previous one about 5 years before that. This was in Portland, Oregon.
This indictment lays out 3 identified murders, 7 attempted murders, multiple gun seizures, and the trafficking of methamphetamine.
So yeah, apparently they talking about the Hoover Street gang, and I know in my heart of hearts, you know what I mean, that minors is anything acceptable. It's
Off limits.
It's a travesty, and it should be definitely addressed as a travesty, because it doesn't even matter if you're a parent. It just matters if you're a human at this point. You know, you see a 10-year-old, you see a 15-year-old. These are God's gift to the next generation. And to hamper that with indoctrination and just BS, for a lack of a better term, is
Negligent.
is I'll see you in hell. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them. Like you belong in a different part of hell. Because this is it's so touching to me, because I know that this is not accepted. Obviously I'm talking a certain way because I gotta choose my words carefully, but this can never be accepted. I don't care if you're a part of a math club, a chess club, and in fact, I hate to say that, and this is where these young people belong, practicing on their golf shot, practicing different strategies in chess, practicing even gaming, Fortnite. These young people don't belong on somebody's street corner talking about whatever they're talking about. This is yeah. So in essence, this is a PSA. You know what I'm saying? You out there, like this a PSA that if you had any inkling of this going on, whether you're a store owner, someone walking down the street, seeing a 10-year-old that in some instances, like you said, dressed in nothing. You see that and you turn a blind eye. You're just as evil as these perpetrators, and this is evil.
Silence is violence.
Heroin and cocaine.
The Hoovers, born in Los Angeles, have ties throughout the West Coast, some members calling Portland home since the 80s. The U.S. State Attorney announcing 3 of those gang members are now facing federal racketeering and murder charges.
So originally L.A., and they're saying that this case that they're covering is in Portland right now. But you would figure that this goes on across the country, as they call it, human trafficking, child trafficking. No good.
Hoover Star.
Okay, so just put a pin in that. This Hoover criminal gang is also starting to be prosecuted. So fast forward about a year ago now, this is August 2024, and now people are still upset about specifically Mark Laita's Soft White Underbelly and how he treated the Nova situation, not censoring and talking about her about those topics and things like that. Someone started a change.org petition, and it has 20 signatures today. And it was to ban Mark Laita from YouTube over alleged child exploitation allegations. Now, these are allegations. I'm not necessarily, this is a crime. Child exploitation is a crime. I'm not saying Mark Laita necessarily did a crime, but this change.org petition. Okay, so surprise alert, Nova is found. She's found.
Right. So definitely they're trying to undermine this guy. And I'm not saying that what she's saying is wrong. She has her opinion as far as BJ. And yeah, if you guys don't know, we're actually doing this review video. It's Nova from Soft White Underbelly. But point is, whichever view or standpoint you have on the situation, the owner of Soft White Underbelly is distasteful for platforming this, but it speaks to the bigger issue of parenting and also culture that people could condone and accept this.
Yeah, I would say he has a very powerful platform, but in this case, it's being used evil,
For evil. Got it.
At least by the public, because she starts posting again onto the internet. So I guess, she becomes no longer missing. She starts posting these videos, and again, she's 14 years old, and they're very advanced, sexual topics for someone her age. And, this video about her supposed, quote, V card, she says she's at a creep's house.
Currently, I'm at a creep's house.
She had just turned 13 when this V card incident happened. She basically is talking about her first boyfriend, but it appears that it's maybe boyfriend is just they call anything these days. Maybe it's another name for it.
Okay, so we're going to talk about my first relationship when I was 13 and how I had to get the f away. That was my first real relationship. He was 32. How old is he now? He like 34 now. Yeah, that's still my boo. I'm not talking to that.
So she talks about.
Yeah. I think that's a nice place to interject that this is clearly criminal. 34 years old. Apparently she's still 15 here. So however many years you want to go back, this is crazy.
This time, she said she had just turned 13. It was December 26, 2022, or maybe 3. I'm not exactly. I have some ideas of the timeline. This is also assuming she's telling the truth.
I had just turned 13, y'all, basically, and right now I'm 15. So this was only 2 years ago. So I had just turned 13. It was December 26th.
But roughly, she says that, she was never had anything to drink. She's 13 years old. She had just turned 13. And she's out walking with her friend. She's out with her teenage girl friend walking around. She said she had run away from home because her mom, Tania, was, quote, doing the most. And she had talked about these behaviors in her Soft White Underbelly interview. She said she wasn't even doing S work yet.
I was walking with my friend. I had just ran away because my mom, she was, doing the most, doing the shit that I talked about in my interview. I wasn't even a hoe yet.
She describes not having love in her family, not feeling love from her family, but her brother would receive love and attention and affection from the family.
I've been liking grown people since I was younger because I don't know. I just felt like I needed that. I don't know. I didn't really have love like that. My family would show my brother, you feel me? You know how favoritism is, the homies. So they didn't fuck with me. They was jealous. It was I'm
not trying to say jealous because I don't want to sound like I'm just all that, but you feel me? When you look at it, it's jealousy. Because what the fuck you acting weird? And they been treating me like this since I was 9 years old. What do you the homie?
She said she's 13. She meets this guy in a gas station.
And you gotta think it's a crazy gray area right here. Because I feel like this is a little bit of, for lack of a better word, prostitution mixed with gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? And I just gotta call it like I see it, because it's evident in what I'm witnessing right now, and the indoctrination to these lifestyles that this child, even down to trying to platform her image as older than what she actually is.
Right. Are you saying she was involved in the gang or she's a victim of?
So whatever scenario it is, those are the avenues, or those are the lifestyles that I sense. Obviously they're talking about S work, and I just sense other different things that basically the way she exactly presents herself, that speaks to these things. And I'm really not trying to harp too much on that, but the main goal and topic here, Mike, we haven't been plugging the show, man. Come on, we got to plug the show. So the main goal here on Hot Topic is that this should not be glorified. This should not be a playbook for the next generation to look at. And it's up to people to speak out.
Right.
He gets a bottle of liquor. Her friend at the time was 12 years old. Nova was 13. She lied, apparently, said she was 18. She had never drank before.
I went with the man or whatever. We get in his car. He like, oh yeah, we finna get a bottle. This didn't ask my age, no, none of that. Fuck you talking about? We get a bottle. We park up next to like a view or something. So we go to the view. We get drunk. I don't even drink. I just turned 13 last month. My friend, she outside. First of all, my friend was only 12. She was 12, I was 13. She was finna be 13 now. He like, so how old are you? I'm like.
So they get in the car with a stranger, 12 and 13-year-olds. How traumatic and nerve-wracking is that for a parent? A 12-year-old, your 12-year-old and your 13-year-old daughter in the car with a stranger, on the way to a bottle shop to retrieve alcohol for consumption.
It really depends on the parent. Some parents are okay with it.
It's not okay, and it's not okay for the general public to sweep this under the rug.
Right, it's negligent. It's definitely
18.
negligent.
He like, you know you lying. I'm like, I'm really 18. He like, all right. He like, when your birthday? I said some birthday. I looked at, I think I asked somebody when they was born or whatever. I don't know what I did, but I got that motherfucker.
So one thing leads to the next, and eventually she has relations with this.
And she not even smart enough to know a birthday that can validate her lie, which is a telltale sign that the person that's trying to figure out if these details are correct can see that she doesn't even know when she's born, because the accurate date of when she was born will crucify you.
Man. And he was 32 at the time. And Nova makes sure to point out in her videos, she's like, this is what I looked like at the time. You know, it was obvious that I was a baby. A child, a young person is what she means by baby.
Nigga, y'all think I got a baby face now? No, I had a baby. I'm finna show y'all how I look. I'm finna put it right here. A baby. A kid. What are you talking about? Kid.
So this guy,
So a kid, come on, she's on here, in the streets. They call this snitching, but you gotta say that this hypothetically becomes not snitching because she is eloquently detailing the stoning of this person. At this point,
No excuse.
a law enforcement exactly, but a law enforcement officer should not retrieve this person. They should not apprehend this person. They should bring this person to the middle of the street and stone them.
he's living with his cousin, and the cousin is a woman who's younger. I think she said his name is Antoine. I don't know. We'll call him Antoine. I don't know if that's his name for sure.
First of all, he didn't even have a house. He was already like living with his cousins and shit. And look, the whole time this is a grown ass man with his cousin, his little cousin at that. Like, huh? What's really going on? But it's none of that because she was already grown and she had a so I'm like, okay. So he basically moved me in with the cousin. You feel me? I was 13. I was cool with it. I'm like, I don't have nowhere to go anyway. I just ran away. So,
but Antoine, moves Nova in with him, but he's living with his cousin. So the cousin starts realizing Nova is very young.
The cousin looking like this little girl look young as so she questioning me and him. So it's getting weird.
And says you can't be a.
And this is a message to the streets. This is a message to the trenches. You feel me? Because a lot of general members of the public know the whereabouts of these people, and all these people should be greeted with vitriol, greeted with unopened hands, an open palm with a slap to the face. Because you gotta think, we're talking about the aiding and abetting of the delinquency of a minor, the indoctrination, all the other countless things I could say to a child.
Right. Anyone
My house with this little girl like that. So
is accountable.
Period.
They move out. Nova ends up living in a car with this man.
So we started sleeping in his car.
All the while, there is very well documented public instances of Tanea and Nova not having a good relationship. Like, Nova is running away from something.
She used to abuse me. She used to go on live.
Your antibiotics. But you want to go get hit on.
Expose me, embarrass me. She used to post my messages.
Yes, she is a child.
You regret having kids?
No. This is 35 years of hard work.
The same thing she doing now. This been happening since 4 or 3 years ago.
He does not like my daughter being on the street. So we're arguing about that all.
Do you like your daughter being on the street?
Heck no.
Yeah.
Maybe
right
it's
there.
just.
So this is all mimicked, and I wonder if I could. I'ma go back. Let's make the Let's make the greater point, because I want you guys to recognize this right here, this moment. I want to see some moment with the vape right here. This moment with the vape right here.
I'm finna show y'all how I look. I'm finna put it right here.
Okay, so the moment with the vape, and then we're gonna go back. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but we'll go back.
Do you like your daughter being on the street?
Heck no.
Maybe it's just she's too, grown. She's been exposed to too much now. But I mean, again, maybe it's
My daughter being on the street.
This been happening since 4 or 3 years ago.
He does not like my daughter being on the street. So we're
right
arguing
here.
about that all.
Do you like your daughter being on the street?
The mom is clearly being mimicked and being a blueprint to this child where this child can pick and choose certain things, whether wrong, whether immoral. This child is clay being molded, imitating the mom.
No. Maybe it's just she's too, grown. She's been exposed to too much now. But I mean, again, whose fault exactly is that? She was living in Beverly Hills. She had not been exposed to this stuff. But anyway, Nova said that eventually her mom did call the cops and Nova was taken to a group home, but she ran away from this group home back into the arms of this so-called boyfriend. And she mentions here that she made Mark delete an interview that she did together with Mark. Remember that part, because she doesn't like the way she looks in the interview. She says it here, Sean, I didn't like the way I looked. I was looking crazy because this man had beat her up, gave her a black eye.
Oh, shit was cool for like 2 weeks. Then I said something that irked him pretty bad. This slapped me. I'm like, don't hit.
And we're gonna get into the violence and tragic realities of this. But before we do, we're gonna get into a short salute to BJ and her channel over there. BJ Investigates, I believe. This is a review of Nova from and a disclaimer. Everything is all alleged, everything is entertainment. But I'm gonna say this, it ain't. This is all real when it comes to the delinquency of minors going on around the country, especially this minor here. And we need to speak up and have these discussions on how we could move forward more wisely. And again, shout out to BJ. Let's get it.
He hit me again. I hit him in his eye.
The group home is mandated reporters. They would have had to know. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Irked him pretty bad. This slapped me. I'm like, don't hit me. He hit me again. I hit him in his eye. He had like a little scratch on his eye. He was mad as f. That nigga beat the f. That was the very first time. I'm like, all right, maybe this is love. I don't.
So yeah, if you're not catching what she's saying, what she said,
maybe this is love.
Yeah, so what she said right here is
That was the very first time.
The guy beat the expletive out of her. The guy beat the expletive out of her, and it is up to you to decipher if that's how we should be living in our society, where a 12, 13, 10-year-old child is being taken advantage of and being treated inhumanely.
I'm like, all right, maybe this is love. I don't know. Love hurts.
She was selling content, and again, she was underage. She's still many years from being the age of selling content being legal. And she said this guy, this boyfriend, would beat her up and take her money from her quote content.
Then y'all know I sell content, so this nigga was taking all of my content money. I was losing weight. I was buying him food. I couldn't get no food. He would get mad every time I buy something. I would buy something with my money. He'll be like, "You wasting money, cuz." It's my money that I made.
And you paying money to buy this material. You should definitely jump off the nearest bridge today.
On my standard device, first of all, he was 17 when I met him. Now he's 18, finna be 19. So I was 14, and the mom knew how old I was.
And that I'm going to get some pushback. I could understand the 18. And that's wrong. But when you getting so far into 20s and 34s and this like that. Like, I could understand the 18 is wrong, and then he should have never he should have never messed his name up like that, because you got to think with these crimes, these are real crimes. You will be sent to a real website for people to look out for you, and every individual that's associated with this should be put on a website, should be met with vitriol.
They knew me off the internet already, because you feel me, we're from LA. You know what the fuck I am, be for real. The mom didn't give a fuck, to be honest. She was letting me get beaten that motherfucker. Only time she started coming there is when my mom started calling the police to that house. Every time my mom would call the police over there, they would get me, take me to a group home, and I would run back over to his house. Stupid.
Eventually she gets taken away, put in a group home, and then she runs away from the group home.
And the what I take away from that is the person's mom, the person that had her's mom, the person was living with their mom, and the mom would let her endure these abuse sessions. Her mom, the person's mom would turn a blind eye.
I think worse, she condoned it.
Back to this guy. She does an interview with Mark during this time. She's all beat up. She makes Mark take the interview down. But there's this quote she leaves out with. She's like, if he hits you one time, he's going to hit you forever.
Hit you one time, he's going to beat you forever, boo.
So fast forward to, a couple weeks later, there's another round of news reporting coming out about teenage girls being forced into S work on Figueroa Street.
A new initiative is underway aimed to crack down on child trafficking on the Figueroa corridor. NBC4's Amber Frias is live from City Hall with more on the multi-agency effort and reaction from the community. Amber.
Now, this area has long been a hub for sex workers, so much so that one mom I spoke with says she's getting ready to move her family out of there.
They interviewed this mom who's got to move her family out of the area because her kids are seeing how other young girls are dressed, and her kids want to dress like that, and she's calling it pool clothes.
My child couldn't come outside and play because somebody might be up and down the street naked.
Lee says her daughter became more aware of her surroundings and started asking questions about what she saw.
Then she would see someone young like her niece or younger cousins. So now she's wondering, why do that girl get to walk down the street with that type of outfit on? Isn't that for the swimming pool or the beach?
They talk about rescuing 84 minors from Figueroa Street in the last 6 months.
In the last 6 months alone, Los Angeles police have rescued 84 minors from Figueroa Street.
And that speaks to the delinquency. That speaks to the consistency of these very bad people that are doing this to these children. And whether you're 18, as soon as you touch the adult age, I believe you're culpable and you're liable for the decisions that you make. And obviously some people are just evil people, but for 80 something minors to be retrieved in the last 6 months is it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's a really high number. I didn't know that.
Including one as young as 11 years old.
But again, what did we hear from Nova herself? What does she do? Whenever she gets rescued, she runs right back.
Especially at night, this area becomes an outdoor bordello. What we see along the Figueroa corridor is a human rights tragedy playing out each and every night.
It does appear to be like a problem that is recurring. Then they announced this task force. 6 months, whatever goes by. We're into this year, 2025. It's April 23rd, 2025. We get an article about a sting operation of a notorious gang. This is from The Times. Inside a sting on America's most notorious trafficking corridor, the number of girls as young as 12 forced to work on LA's Figueroa Street, again, Figueroa, has exploded in recent years. The Times joined police on a nighttime operation to rescue them. Okay, so this is all building up. We had the task force announced. Now there's a sting operation. The Times is like, oh, we went on it. This is April this year, 2025. Some notable quotes from this article: the number of juveniles out here has exponentially grown. The Times observed the rescue of a 14-year-old girl who had run away from a children's home in Northern California. Now,
and we talking about 80 something children that unfortunately will adapt the same mannerisms and same trying to purport themselves as adults and trying to I gotta be careful what I say. So basically all I'm saying is there's other indoctrinated children that are in the same shoes as this child that we're discussing, and it's mind-boggling to even wrap your brain around to think about this topic.
this is not Nova. I'm not saying it's Nova. There's many people that could be aged 14. This is a trafficking allegation of whole ring. So I'm not saying this is Nova, but this gives you an idea of, from this Times article, how some people get pulled into this against their will. She had run away from a children's home with another teenager, but the other teenager beat her, took her phone, and forced her into work. Social media has become one of the main routes into underaged work, especially since the pandemic, which drove even more children online and put those from troubled backgrounds into a pimp's reach. They give another example, a woman named Amy, a former child victim of this type, abuse victim. They call a child worker, but I mean, like, y'all, please. She said when she was 13, she was living in a care home in San Bernardino. Shout out Emmanuel Harrow investigation at a standstill. When a woman sent her a message on Instagram, July 2020, asking if she and her 11-year-old sister wanted to make some money. The 13 and 11-year-old sister. Now, there's also another little snafu here. It's the decriminalization in 2023 of loitering for sex. This used to be something that was punishable by going to jail or being arrested, but it was also used as a way to pick up people suspected of being underage. Well, it's no longer being criminalized. Here's a clip here.
Even if it seems obvious,
we're observing females that are dressed provocatively with very minimal clothing, flagging down vehicles and or impeding traffic.
A bill sitting on Governor Gavin Newsom's desk would prevent police from arresting a person for standing and waiting around with the end goal of sex work.
We know that women of color, we know that trans people are much more likely to be stopped and harassed under the current law by law enforcement, because the current law encourages law enforcement to be profiling people based on how they look.
Equality California helped craft the bill. California Family Council is fighting the bill.
It makes it harder to help vulnerable women that are in crisis. It makes it more difficult to prosecute and to hold accountable the men that are abusing victims of human trafficking.
So back to this article, the sting operation article. On a good night, an undercover operation will rescue as many as 3 girls, but they are not always willing to cooperate with the police. And we're talking about, again, underaged, under 18, some as young as 12. Many of these girls refuse to answer questions and they run back to their pimps once they are passed into the care of basically CPS. Now, Nova, of course, admits that she does this and has done this. So the next month, May 2025, that's this year, CBS puts out an article about Operation Spring Cleaning, which happens to be, I believe, the same operation we just read about in the Times article a month before. The Times is like, oh, we were part of it. So then now you start actually hearing about people getting arrested. Look.
New at 4, police arrested more than 250 people in a big internet crime sweep across Southern California. LA Police Chief Jim McDonald and other law enforcement agencies shared the results of Operation Spring Cleaning, a 2-week sting across 5 counties last month. 265 people were arrested for using the internet to target kids for sexual abuse. 27 children were rescued during this investigation.
In 1 month.
Wow. You know, stories like that can go under your nose, even being in the same city. It's mind-boggling that from the first number that we received, the 80 plus kids retrieved, and now we're hearing 250 adults arrested for trying to elicit these kids. This is ridiculous. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's really sick.
Later, Nova appears to be on good terms with her mom, I guess. She shows up for a soft white Underbelly book promo. And I'm not gonna probably react to this, but maybe I'll put a few clips right in here.
Ooh, wee. Nova. I make a lot of money off that on God. I sell like tapes like oh, hell no.
They like to see, ooh.
This when I came from Antoine, I was looking crazy, Mom.
Oh.
Turn the page.
Mark, why would you put this one? Oh. I read The Art of Seduction, motherfucker. I know what you're doing. That's funny. I was looking a hot mess, Mark. Why you didn't put the other one, Mark?
Cause your nipples.
Oh, yeah.
People think I'm a pervert.
They think
I didn't even pay attention to it. I didn't even notice it until people started making comments.
I
did a video of a 13-year-old prostitute, and she had a bikini top that I wasn't even aware that you could see through it.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm not a breast man, so I'm not really looking at her breasts. But
what do you like in a woman's body?
The shape of her waist and hips and all that.
Yeah.
Legs.
So you like more like curved kind of.
Long.
Curving, like something you can grab on.
Tall and thin with nice curves.
Tall and thin but nice curves, yeah. Which is not the easiest mix together.
No, it's hard.
South Central LA, you done made it, girl.
Girl, be quiet.
Very interesting. They seem to be on better terms here. They do a full interview on that same day as well. This comes out in July, summer 2025. Tanea now has a brand new baby who appears in the video. They're passing him back and forth, Tanea and Nova. Nova is now on her way to being, covered in tattoos, although she does have them covered up right now, but she's notably on her face. She didn't have that face tattoo when we saw her for the first time a year or so ago, 2 years ago. Now in this video, both Tanea and Nova both claim to have been in New York. Tanea claims she was in New York trying to chase after Nova. Nova said she went to New York, but she was in jail for a month. And she went to New York because Tanea was toxic.
I just came back from New York, literally, a few days ago. And I was only out there because of this one.
But you didn't stay in New York. Did you, Nova?
Mm-mm. I went out there, the first time I went out there with my cousin. And then we went to jail. I was in jail for a month. And then after that, I came back out here for like 2 weeks. And then I went back.
And still didn't come see me. But that's another story.
Because she wasn't answering the phone.
But then they get to this part about Tanea supposedly taking responsibility or accountability for basically being the worst possible type of parent imaginable. And she said, I teach my kids and I mature them a bit older. Sometimes she said, I have to ask myself, do I have these kids in survival mode?
Are you guys getting along?
Yeah.
We're getting along. I mean, so much better because I just said, you know what? I took accountability, first of all, because I just started to notice, like, why are you like this? Is it really me? And I just was like, you know what? I have, like, the way that I teach my kids, I could tell by my 5-year-old, I do mature them a little bit older because...
What we be going through?
What we be going through, I want them to be aware of everything, I would rather me tell them things first or just... And I realized, like, maybe I got these kids in survival mode. I don't know.
Don't express yourself to nobody, she says to her kids.
I'm always saying, be tough, keep it going. Don't express yourself to nobody. Whatever you want, you can get. All of that type of stuff. And Nova, Nene, I call her Nene. She
this point, I feel like everything I'm saying is correct as far as this mom, this woman is trying to be friends and compete with this child. I don't hear any parental statements that can mold this child. I hear statements that can harm this child.
Don't do all that on me.
She takes it to a whole nother level. But you say you like when I call you Nene.
No, then people gonna start calling me Nene.
Nova supposedly is not doing S work anymore, but she, I guess, kind of is because she's still, quote, selling videos, but she's even slowing down on that because she keeps getting deleted from websites and platforms because what she's selling is pictures of she's under 18.
Have you still been working on the streets?
Mm-mm.
Or motels or hotels or anything like that?
Bullshit.
You're not doing work?
Mm-mm. No.
You're not selling videos?
No.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I've been selling.
You have to stop.
No, I've been stopping though because they keep deleting my Instagrams for child pornography, so I just stopped.
Then Tanea laments that there's, quote, whole websites of her baby from OnlyFans. And it's like, but who made the baby famous? Who went on Soft White Underbelly first? Who continues to go on public shows and public platforms and talk about their daughter? It's Tanea. She's one of the main reasons anybody has any interest or any knowledge of who she even is.
They done made websites of my baby,
They got
and I don't like that. It's
fans, all types of stuff.
like it's
How
crazy.
do you think Nova got this way, Tania?
It wasn't me.
And yeah, that stuff should be taken down. That's disgusting. Nova, agreed.
And that smirk.
It wasn't me.
And yeah, that
way, Tania.
It wasn't me.
and yeah, that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? That's a telltale sign in my world. That's a tell sign. She's taking accountability for the trash and mediocre standards that this child is soaking up. It wasn't me. Look at the smirk.
Tania.
It wasn't me.
And yeah, that stuff should be taken down. That's disgusting. Nova, agrees her mom's teaching her and showing her how to be mature. Tanea admits to talking about these horrible, horrific, traumatic stories to Nova when Nova was as young as 10 years old. Basically, as a therapist, this to me looks like grooming and this teaching to be mature behavior.
I'm gonna take accountability. This is what I feel like I motivated her to be. Just this woman.
Okay, let me tell you. So what it was, it's not technically my mom that made me like this, but you know how I'm like, smart and mature and all that? She made me mature because the things she was telling me and, showing me. But like,
what was I showing
as in me, like, being prostitute and all that, she didn't show me that. Like, she didn't show me that because if that was the case, y'all be seeing her too. But the whole stuff, it don't really got nothing to do with her.
And it was believable, like, even though she's young, it's like she know a lot. And I'd be like, dang, how much was you listening? Like, I thought I was just venting because I didn't have no therapist. So at 10 years old, I used to be talking to her like,
yeah,
and then...
Like, when I was 9 and 10, like, she used to be telling me all the stories, everything.
Tania admits.
Yeah, and you can't have that. You can't have that type of relationship with your child where negativity is promoted and celebrated.
It definitely qualifies as verbal and emotional child abuse.
Right.
Admits to calling Nova a bitch.
First of all, they would tell my daughter, oh yeah, if your mom really loved you, and she would think like, yeah, my mom did just, call me a BRTCH her.
And going off on her on live when they were in New York, when she had chased Nova down, which she should. That is her parent. She does need to find her if she goes to New York.
I'm not gonna lie, like when I was in New York, I went off on her and that went viral too. I was like, are you recording me? I went off on her and people were like, Oh, they was dragging me. Y'all was dragging me so bad.
You've been through a lot on social media.
I was crying because I'm like, I'm not really like that. She caught me on a bad day.
Nova thanks Mark for giving her platform. She's very thankful and grateful to the platform that Mark provided to her.
I know you love the popularity, but you know another thing too? I realized it was good that she did go viral a lot because
girls, you done gave my whole platform, huh?
I done did what?
I said Mark done gave me my whole platform. Like, he didn't help me on YouTube. Like, these interviews helped me on YouTube.
I mean, I feel like the interviews helped you. I feel like I done helped you every other month. I'm like, my daughter missing this, or if you find her. So it was like, through all of this promotion, a lot of people used to tell me, like, stop giving your daughter clout. I'm like, clout? This is our real life. Like, yeah, it's clout now, but okay, so what I'm supposed to do? Just sit at home like, oh, yeah, she out there, girl. We ain't gonna post nothing about her. Don't say nothing about her.
And then when I'm dead, they gonna be looking for you.
Yeah, like, oh, you didn't care. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But when we reunited, a few days ago, I was shocked to see people like, oh, you guys are genuinely happy you guys miss each other.
Tanea says that she keeps having to report Nova missing. So what is this? She keeps running away. Nova said again, she's 15 years old. She doesn't really want to leave her house because of the negative repercussions of being made so famous.
And then she goes, how do you know how to say this? I'm like, because I was you before. She's just me 2.0. I was a little bit nice, but like, I was like a cutthroat too.
But you know what I mean too? Because everybody already got their point of view of me, and every time they see me, it's, oh, she a hoe, she fast. Yeah. So I'm already on, defense mode.
Yeah.
Because I'm already know what people finna say or what they finna do.
What kind of reaction do you get from people on the street?
What reaction you just got in the car on the way here? Remember the lady at the corner on Crenshaw?
She was like, oh, look, like, that's that little girl. That bitch be everywhere and da-da-da-da. And then she was talking. Like, I would just look at somebody and they'll just be whispering to somebody. And they'll be looking at me whispering. So I don't know that they talk about me. And I would just act like I don't.
People love to talk about.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
That's all they can really do is talk.
She don't even want to go nowhere.
Like, yeah, like, I be barely want to go out places. Like,
I think it's important just to listen to yourself, know who you are, and don't listen to all that people.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, she's thankful for the platform and becoming famous. But on the other hand, she doesn't like it. And she's only, again, 15 years old. She wasn't really old enough to make these lifelong permanent decisions like this. Then Mark, I'm just like sick to my stomach at this interview. This is a few months ago. And here's Mark. I think Nova's great. I just love the way she's grown up and who she's turning into. I think it's amazing.
See, I think Nova's great. I just love the way she's grown up and who she's turning into. I think she's amazing.
Yeah, I think anybody else who would have been through this, they would have been tapped out. It's a lot of girls that tried to do what she did.
And it
just didn't work.
And it's like,
I'll say that he need to make sure he stand by those statements, and that better be a true synopsis that he's saying there, and he's not just saying that for his channel, because in my eyes it's a lot there that's unnerving.
Exposing.
Because they're trying too hard. It's like they're trying to do something and trying to be something that they're not. That's why it's not working.
So from the first time that Mark saw her, she's now gotten several tattoos. She's not even 18 years old. She's run away. This is what she's grown into since he saw her the first time. She's gotten a face tattoo, and this is going to become important with this branding stuff. Mark continues to be a clueless buffoon, saying that ChatGPT is a great therapist.
Won't you be your own therapist then? Won't you just practice what they would tell you?
No, you don't need a therapist either, because they're going to lie to you. And they're going to try to give you pills.
You know what's a great therapist is ChatGPT.
For real.
It's amazing.
Yeah, talk to AI. Don't go to no real therapist, because they're going to put stuff in your head.
Would you try?
It's amazing.
Chat AI? Girl, bye. I would not
be know everything. Chat AI.
A tough turn now to a teenager's death by suicide encouraged by artificial intelligence.
They claim the chatbot went from helping Adam with homework to becoming a substitute for a human companion to eventually becoming a suicide coach, according to the lawsuit.
Tanea, of course, wants to sing at Nova's graduation.
I'm trying to do something real big. I want her to graduate. I want to sing her at her graduation.
But then she says something really freaky, like not in the good kind of freaky, okay? She says to Nova, to her daughter, her 15-year-old daughter, I want you to be talking to girls in the 10th grade and schooling them.
I want her to talk to young girls like now. Like, I want you to be talking to girls in the 10th grade already, like schooling them. Like, yeah.
I don't think there's anything she needs to be teaching the girls in the 10th grade. I don't even know if like she should be sent back to regular 10th grade. Like I think about how I was on what level I was at 15 and like if they would have just been sending Novas into my school. She says stuff like, I don't want to be saved. Stop trying to save me. Maybe she needs to go to alternative school. I mean, no offense. I don't think everybody is beyond reproach, but this is a very famous child worker. And her mom's like, oh yeah, you need to go school the other 9th and 10th graders? No, you don't. You don't. You need to be learning from them on how to stay in school. But Nova doesn't want to do that. She says, nah.
Schooling them, like, yeah.
I have a note here. Why does this remind me so much of Larry and Amanda Rabb, and Amanda saying she doesn't want to be telling people stuff about that VR program. But anyway, I digress.
She was set to be released.
So she is interested in going back to school, which I think is great. For sure, she said she wants to graduate.
Yeah, I'm going to graduate.
Now, we do learn in this interview that the rest of the family has also isolated these two. They don't talk to Tania and Nova anymore. They're okay with the brother.
Are things better between you, for the whole family right now than they've been?
It's getting there. This is why
The whole family, not the whole family.
It's getting there. We got to get ties back.
No, we ain't talking about the kids. We talking about the whole family, right?
Well,
we are
whatever.
not cool.
Because they judge us. They look at us like...
They do not like us. They don't like me, for sure. They don't like her because I act like her. They like my brother because...
He ain't like us.
Yeah, he nice.
Like, it's us against the world.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
They talk about not having any real friends. Tanea's mad and jealous that her friends and family members choose her child, a minor, over her. More narc parenting.
Everybody fake in this world.
They done did some crazy stuff.
Everybody fake in this world, but...
They done picked her over me.
Everybody need
any
love.
day.
So.
I'm like, huh?
And you also see that Nova is basically parentified. You know, she's basically a parent to her siblings. She has 6 kids. And they're talking about she's going to have 6 more, Tania.
Yes, that's going to be the last one. And I'm going to have to give him one.
Kids.
I'm going to give him one.
And 6 of them going to live with me. And the other 6 could be with you.
As soon as they start acting up and wanting to run away, I'm sitting up to her.
I mean, you guys have had a lot of fights.
Hell no.
Right?
I never fought my mama.
Arguments?
Yeah, arguments.
Real bad arguments.
We never fought, though. Like, that's diabolical. I could never
falling out. Were you guys...
Falling out.
Yeah, but like, when we fall out, it don't even be real, Mom.
But what's it about?
And then Mark and Tania talk, you know, we want you to let the people know, we don't want you to be viral for the stuff you've been viral for. We want you to be viral for showing who you really are. Maybe this is who she really is, girl.
Are you guys competitive against each other?
Mm-mm.
We're not. I just want the best for her, so I go hard on her. Like, I want her to be way better than me. And it's like, okay, you viral, but I want you to be viral for, you already viral for that. Let them know who you are. Like, damn, off this camera, y'all should just see, like, it's way better. Like, it's crazy. She's way more fun and way more, she just keep it at this. Like, oh yeah, I get money, I sell content, that's it. I'm like...
We want to see you grow. Who's we? Is this like Mark Laita, the social media influencer manager? Doesn't he do the same stuff to Rebecca? Like, you could be really famous. Who is the we want to see you grow? And then, of course, Tania can't make it through without making a comment on this poor child's body. Needs to gain weight. She's like, Nova needs to gain weight.
We want to see you grow. I want to see you with more weight on you. You know what I'm saying? Not like, you know, you are beautiful. You're fine. Like, I've been skinny my whole life. But I know what you can be. I know how you can act. I know how you can feel.
She's talking about, you know, trying to show Nova how to be.
She's making valid points. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy to really break a video like this down and react to it, because it's so gut-wrenching.
A lady and how to wear nipple covers.
Stuff like that. Like, I buy her some nipple. She don't got one on now. I buy her nipple cover-ups and she doesn't listen to me. It's like, I'm trying to make you into this lady. Like, she's really a thug.
Ma'am, please, look at yourself. Look what you're wearing. What are you talking about? Nova's more covered up than you. You're going to teach her how to be a lady? Mark makes sure to get in a grammar joke. Nova's like, yeah, I definitely want to go back to school. I definitely want to, graduate for sure. So it's like one thing she might still have some type of faith in herself in. And here's Mark. I think you be using the word be incorrectly.
I think you're using the word be incorrectly.
Yeah.
You be using the word be incorrectly.
I know.
Using the word be
I'm gonna stop saying that.
And then at the very end, Mark ominously says, "You're growing up beautifully, Nova. Thank you."
You're growing up beautifully, Nova.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
I just thought we should sit in the silence of that for a moment. Okay, so then, that happens. And again, remember, that was part of a book promotion.
Crazy,
that happens.
you know what
Nova
I'm
then, makes one of her infamous lives, talks about how she got a
betrayed,
black eye. People were like, did your mom give you the
make me
black
look at
eye?
them
She said
differently,
no.
My mama didn't give me no black eye. Dead homie, she didn't give me no black eye. It's gonna go away though. This the same black eye. Yo, I get a black eye on this same eye, and it's diabolical.
She had recently gotten a car, and she said, I got the interview. Mark gave me the money, and I got a car.
Dead homie, she did not help me get this car. I did the interview. Mark gave me the money, and I got my car. What you talking about? I was gonna get paid for an interview regardless. Even if I did the interview by myself, I was still gonna get paid.
Somehow,
15-year-old.
Why is there no legal intervention? Like,
Right. Nobody cares.
she's saying she got a car from Mark Leta. Now, could the girl be lying? For sure. Could I be misunderstanding? Absolutely. Did I see the title to the car? No. I don't know any of it, okay? But she said, my mom didn't give me this car. I got the interview. Mark gave me the money and I got a car. She said she put the car in the name of someone she trusts. She talks about running away from her mom for being toxic. Some more running away because Tanea. She says that's why she went missing. That's why we got those Ebony alerts. She said, stop trying to save me. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, ain't no saving me. Can't nobody save me but God and myself. Stop trying to save me and take me out and get me out. It's not gonna work.
She has a black eye in the video, and she, claims that she got it from her man. She doesn't want to show whoever the man is on the screen.
This what happens in life. You get f***ed up by people that can't control their anger.
She says she's been engaging in S-work since damn near 12, which I think, means maybe 11.
I've been sending this since I was damn near 12.
But she refuses to snitch. She says, I'm not going to get my man popped.
I'm not getting my pop. I don't give a fuck, this knock my head off. I'm not getting my pop, shot, beat up, ran over. I'll do all of it.
She said her man beat her up and he needs therapy and he's weird. 1 month later, the indictment heard around the world.
Federal agents say they have dismantled a sex trafficking ring.
Just 2 miles from where the Olympics will kick off in 3 years, the Figueroa corridor is where the U.S. Attorney's Office says a total of 11 gang members and associates in the notorious Hoover Street Gang were rounded up and charged with racketeering and sex trafficking today, saying they exploited minors, runaways, and girls in foster care, some as young as middle schoolers.
The first time any gangs in Los Angeles have been indicted for trafficking. Individuals may have been, but not a gang, not a group of people.
There was a 14-year-old who was sex trafficked at a motel in South LA over the course of 3 consecutive days.
Agents say the perpetrator was 25-year-old accused gang leader Amaya Armstead, also known as Lady Duck, who used Instagram and TikTok to lure victims.
Now, this is just last month. This, right now, what we're reading, August 13th, the Department of Justice puts out this press release, justice.gov. 11 charged in federal indictment alleging extensive ST of minors and young women along South LA's Figueroa corridor. The Hoover criminal gang was charged in a 31-count indictment that charges them with racketeering, conspiracy, that's RICO, including ST of children and adults through force, fraud, coercion. This includes runaways and children from the foster care system. Figueroa corridor of Los Angeles recruiting victims through social media and branding them with tattoos.
These are photos of some of the 11 alleged members or associates of the South Los Angeles-based Hoover Street Gang who are now in federal custody on a long list of charges that include racketeering, sex trafficking, drug and firearms-related crimes, and money laundering.
They were branding these young women. They were
them, they were abusing them, they were drugging them, just horrific acts.
U.S. Attorney Bill Essayli saying many times the gang recruited victims through social media. A 31-count indictment details the years-long case against the defendants who allegedly operated in the Figueroa corridor, known as a human trafficking hotbed.
The lead defendant is a woman. She goes by Lady Duck, and she was out there recruiting these young women, children as young as 14 years old, into sex and really selling other humans. It's the worst kind of crime out there.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. A female perpetrating these despicable actions.
Important points for me. Number one, they were recruited through social media. Social media and this lifestyle, this rapping and money lifestyle was used to lure women and children into this lifestyle. The lead defendant is a woman. That, is unusual. Amaya Armstead. Now, she's the one who specifically is accused of STing victim number 11. That was the 14-year-old, the youngest victim in the indictment. Now, generally, victims' names are not mentioned, especially whenever they are underage. So I would never expect to see anybody's name. Now, people have begun to speculate that this 14-year-old girl is Nova. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But the lead defendant in this case, Lady Duck, is the one who is alleged to have tracked the 14-year-old girl. The newscasters, they're really selling other humans. And that's the thing too, I think that a lot of times these words, they get used in ways that kind of soften the blow of what's really going on. Make no mistake, this is slavery. Yes, trafficking, sure. It's not an incorrect word, but trafficking is a legal word for a law. It's a legal standard.
It's heartbreaking, despicable, and tragic, to say the least. And I think, although you could say it's slavery, it's definitely the realities. Obviously, 80 kids were rescued. It's a reality for children that are dealing with, are going through this, and it's a never-ending cycle, it seems.
Need to be met and things like that. But if you are being forced to have relations with people and give the money to somebody else and you can't leave, it's a slavery situation. Again, they mention a lot of these girls came from the foster care system, or they are runaways. They're preying on the vulnerable. We do also venture, Emmanuel Harrow comes up again, Riverside, California, this guy coming out of his house, accused of drugging, beating, and R-ing children. Again, suspects are pimps recruiting through social media. There's a mother of a supposed victim of this gang.
Yeah, it's almost that sense of nobody cares. Nobody is intervening to make sure the safety is executed properly for these children.
Yeah, that's why she said nobody would know. Her mom should be in custody. These group homes should be held accountable. There's really no excuse.
Right.
She said it has been 3 years and she has yet to hear anything about her own missing child, Ruthie. Ruthie was lured there for ST and went there to Figueroa, the Figueroa corridor, 6 months later.
Catherine Renesto has been searching for her daughter, Ruthie Smith, from Long Beach in the Figueroa corridor since she was lured there for trafficking before going missing months later.
Figueroa is a scary place, and there's so many unsolved and so many don't know. And my daughter falls into that category of being trafficked and don't know.
Something that you need to know, that the feds, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, you already knew that. But something that the feds are saying is that the Hoover Street gang had the exclusive, rights.
And no disrespect to that mother that's currently looking for her child as well. It's horrific, and depressing to not know where your child is. Much less facing the ungodly reality that your child is partaking in these type of activities, jumping in and out of cars and being abused.
Basically over the Figueroa corridor S-work thing. Like, they had exclusive rights. Like, nobody was allowed to be there on the
Over 30,000 children are missing in the United States and have not been found. 30,000. So you let that sink in.
late working, doing the S-work without having been permitted. Without having been permitted to do so by this Hoover Street. Now, that's what the feds claim. So, this young girl, she went missing.
At one point, a 14-year-old girl was trafficked for at least 3 days in a row at a South LA motel.
Like I said earlier, the rumors had started to spread almost instantly that Nova was one of the alleged teenage victims because all these things start adding up, right? Like Nova said in her first interview with Mark, she don't have a PIMP because she doesn't like the idea of having to pay somebody else. She's selling her XYZ and she doesn't like the idea of having to pay somebody else for her work.
Are you working with a pimp?
Mm-mm.
You're not working with a pimp?
I can't do pimps.
That's hard to believe at 13 years old.
Yes,
you don't
I know, but what I've experienced, I can't do it. It's like you're outside selling, not to cuss, but you're outside selling your, just to give it to a nigga. That doesn't sit right with me. You're standing outside for nothing.
But the indicted Hoover Street gang or whatever, this group, they allegedly will beat people up if they're there without their permission. They have exclusive control over this economy since 2021, according to the feds.
I mean, these guys were prolific. They were the ones recruiting these young women and children. They're ones out there selling them. They were out there enforcing by beating up these women and treating them and raping them.
Federal prosecutors say the group controlled sex trafficking along a 3.5-mile section of Figueroa Street in South LA, known as the Figueroa Corridor, and they've been in control from February of 2021 until now.
So for a few days after that bust, all was quiet on the Western Front on Figueroa Street. People kind of went undercover, for a few days. But then it came, back to life just a few days later.
Check it out. I've been cruising Figueroa for the last 4 days, ever since that big LA gang bust. Guys, it didn't take long for Figueroa to go back to normal. But we can't say it was quiet for quite a few days. Check it out. Business back to normal. Business as usual.
And that's whenever I need to introduce two characters from the indictment. So you already know about Amaya Armstead. That's Lady Duck. She's the lead head one of this particular RICO. But then you have two other people. Well, I said two of them were indicted. Only one of them is indicted right now. This guy right here, PK4. PK4 is one of the alleged co-conspirators of this RICO, and he was having dealings, allegedly, with Tanea.
P4K in a rap group, Baby Stone Gorillas. I never knew that they trying to say P4K or Hoover. That, I don't know, but that's cause for an instant delete of his rap career being associated with these charges. And I really hope that this could all go away and be false.
His daughter. These are rumors that start to spread. Now, PK4 knows Adam Grand Mason. PK4. They're kind of friendly or whatever.
You got hella face tats since I last seen you, huh?
Yeah, y'all got my whole shit back in my head.
Oh, you got the full Figueroa Street under your fucking eyeball, too.
No. Oh, man.
Wait, what's it say?
I say August Street.
Oh,
August
it's cursive. Street. It's hard to read. My bad.
He said Figueroa Street, man.
These niggas, Adam. What's the other one say?
Oh, boy. Yeah, we gotta do an LA.
Something off pain.
Tour. We gotta do a South Central tour with you, my boy.
Oh, built off pain. The hair's grown in over it, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, we gotta get you back in the streets. streets, Adam. You ain't been in the streets in a minute.
Nah, you right, bro.
That's why you talking about this Figaro, all this other shit. Pull that rose
out, man.
Bring that shit to man.
And they got another guy in common they know, ATM Richie. So please, ATM Richie, please, if you take nothing else away from this, we need this man to be investigated. He went on Soft White Underbelly like 5 years ago. So there's another way that it links back in with the web. Like he also has a Soft White Underbelly. And in this Soft White Underbelly interview 5 years ago, he said they used to do some little shit to the Renegades.
Renegade K, you feel me? So any bitch that was on our blades, Renegade didn't have no worker, no pimp. We used to do some little shit to them, you feel me?
Now Renegades, again, this is people, this is the word for people, who are on the blade, who are trying to do S work on the Figueroa corridor without a pimp or without having permission from the Hoovers or whoever. He said this 5 years ago, February 2020.
I switch bitches like dirty draws.
I switch bitches like dirty draws. So that's ATM Richie, but he said some crazy stuff on Soft White Underbelly. Again, this was 5 years ago. This is 2020. He said, we was gorilla pimping, you feel me? Bitches would come up missing. Then he's like, oh, I don't want to say too much and get in trouble. Then he said a little bitch would come up missing for a couple days, a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? Then she would come back correct.
Yeah, long story short, yeah, man, we was gorilla pimping, man, you feel me? A bitch would come up missing, you know what I'm saying, for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, whatever you want to call it.
We was dealing with dog kennels, dealing with cat food. You can't walk our blades and you a renegade. You have to be paying somebody.
Is she gonna come back correct? You know what I'm saying? We was dealing with dog kennels, we was dealing with cat food. We had a whole bunch of ways to get a bitch right, you feel me? Like, you can't walk our blades and you a renegade. You have to be paying somebody. You can't be out here selling and you ain't paying nobody.
So that's in 2020. So then fast forward 2023, you got
That's
Nova
crazy.
saying I ain't paying nobody.
You're outside selling your just to give it to a nigga. That doesn't like sit right with me. Like,
can you understand how she might come into conflict with somebody at some point? Like a criminal gang? This man said in 2020, you can easily come up missing forever. He talked about the torture, burning with cigarette butts, pouring bleach on these women, hot water in the shower, making them call him daddy while he was torturing them and running the hot water in the shower on them.
You know what I'm saying? You can easily come up missing forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit real. So, yeah, like burning with cigarette butts, putting cigarettes out on bitches, all type of shit, man. Pouring bleach on bitches, making bitches bathe in bleach, bath water, putting bitches in the shower, closing the door on them, turning the hot water in, making them call you daddy while the hot water on. You feel me? And telling her like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
he said you gotta break their spirit. Once the spirit is broken, you can do whatever you want with them.
so you gotta break their spirit, you feel me? Once their spirit is broke, then you capable of doing whatever with it. You know what I'm saying? That's real gorilla.
He said, don't worry that once you make a name for yourself as a freaking sociopathic degenerate, I guess, you don't have to do that no more. He said, but I done did some stuff to bitches. That's for sure.
But it's levels to this shit, you feel me? That's beginner shit. After a while, when you make a name for yourself and all that, you ain't gotta do that shit no more. But this shit real, man. I done did some bitches, man, for sure.
Okay, so that guy, ATM Richie, he starts basically threatening, in my opinion, I mean, I'll put the clip in here, he starts threatening Nova, the 15-year-old, who is quite possibly literally a victim of this criminal gang. If, allegations are true, and if she is, I think it's possible. I don't know if she's necessarily mentioned in this indictment. I don't know if she's included, but I can't imagine she made it far down Figueroa with not one tattoo.
Dead homies. Nova know what time it is. Nova better stay out the way for better days and better plays. Dead homies. Her and her punk ass mama. It's not playing.
And she kind of tells you a little bit too, right? She's like, oh, I met this guy. I didn't know at the time he was a P. I didn't know at the time he was a creep. And then she shows up with a face tattoo and the whole lawsuit's about branding women. They're feeding them cat food and dog kennels. He said some of them can go missing forever easily. Then, of course, people start talking about this. No Jumper, of course. They're talking about it. Now, he's had Tanea on his show. She's been on this show, like, recent lately. Not about this, about other stuff. This clip right here, suspect on Hoover's facing RICO charges for human trafficking. Adam said, look at Tanea's kid. We know this stuff happens. It's like, nobody wasn't even talking about her. Why are you bringing her up? It's a child.
That's one of the main allegations, is that they're trafficking underage girls. And I've definitely heard about, look at.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar where you can drill deeper into our 9 to 13% annual.
Tania's kid. This is happening. It's out there.
Yes.
Why are you bringing up a specific child? Adam really downplays in this video how disgusting and deranged trafficking children is. He's like, yeah, this happens all the time, and I don't know why people are acting like it doesn't. Like, I just don't understand why y'all are so, like, up in arms. Like, you know this happens. Why are you acting like you don't know?
All I'm saying is, like, is this basically totally normalized in the pimp world?
No.
Hell no.
For sure.
So there's a
For
big
sure.
chunk of people who
For
think
sure.
that that's fucked up and wrong.
For sure.
Adam admits that he knows this PK4 character, which is the one who's, like, alleged to have trafficked Nova.
There are people that we all know who are associated with this RICO that we're talking about, P4K in particular. I'm used to it at this point that the indictment comes out. It's a bunch of the worst you ever heard in your entire life. You can't help but feel completely disgusted when you read it. And then once people end up going to trial or accepting plea deals or whatever, you realize that, you know.
Now, again, that's up for debate whether that happened or not. This degenerate sitting next to Adam said that some of these children deserve it, pretty much because the children be grown and fast and they thrust theyself into the lifestyle.
Some people be fast and thrust themselves into that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just all because they underage that they being tricked. Some people be grown and fast.
And it ain't being a degenerate. I'm gonna jump in right here. I won't be able to speak to this man's character, but I will speak to that. You got a mom that's basically letting this on, contributing to the delinquency of a child. And many mothers, as we heard in the piece earlier, 80 children were rescued. So these are 80 mothers that don't know where their child is. So I totally agree. There are children that are crossing paths with these lifestyles and no direction.
Trapped.
Right.
And thrust themselves into it.
So that should give you a pretty good idea of why nobody comes forward around these creeps. Shout out though to Almighty Suspect, who actually was the voice of reason through here, and shout out to all the girl dads who actually stand up for the babies in these conversations, because I know it's hard whenever all these degenerates are just like, but I thought everybody does that. Yeah, man, everybody knows they're doing that. Like when they're sitting around doing that, it's like actually kind of hard, I'm sure, for them to be like, no, we have to like literally say, I can't hang out with you. You're a child predator. He's like, I have daughters. This isn't cool. Like, so shout out to him on that. We don't always see eye to eye, but I got to give him a shout out.
It's still predatory. I don't care if she come with 10,000 hot and ready. I'm cool on that. You are a baby. I don't want no parts of that. I'm good. You are ready to go down. You finna go under the jail.
Yeah, shout out Suspect, and that's, you finna go under the jail. You know what I'm saying? And not only under the jail, you finna get you gonna get your issue. You gonna get what you deserve, because we all are granted direction, and we know right from wrong.
Yeah, I just can't do it, bro. I got 2 girls. We're not playing like that. Babies is completely off.
Anyway, the degenerate pipes back in and says this has been going on for the longest, with 30-year-olds coming to pick up 14-year-olds from high school.
I'm just saying that from this standpoint. Like, I remember, and it was going on before my time. And this shit was probably, I don't know if it going everywhere, but I know out here, like, it was going on when I was in high school. Man, how many older dudes that you seen that you knew from the neighborhood or from somewhere else was pulling up to the school, picking girls up?
Yeah.
Grown ass man.
Not from the neighborhood, but that happened to me. I had a crush on this chick.
Whether it's from the neighborhood or whether it was a grown man that you know.
So you become desensitized to right from wrong, and that can't happen. Just because you see people jumping out of a moving car on the freeway don't mean that this is what the play is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you.
pulling up,
be
you know
outside
for
and we know
sure.
the niggas.
We in high school, she probably 15, 16. This dude is easily 25, 27, 30, pulling up, picking her up, knocking her down.
Bro, when I was 16,
I seen that. I was in middle school and I was mad this nigga was coming to pick up from high school.
No cap.
And I'm like, you taking all the middle school pussy. I'm trying to talk to this and your grown ass drove up to this.
Hey, in a Mustang,
Weird
something
ass
sick.
nigga. I'm
Disgusting.
I was so upset.
When I was 16, I lost my to a 25-year-old in a Mercedes.
Wait, anyway, another clip here. This is ATM Richie warning Tanea and her daughter over alleged role in the Hoover RICO.
Dead homies. Nova know what time it is. Nova better stay out the way for better days and better plays. Dead homies. Her and her punk ass mama. It's not playing. Niggas is not.
What do you think is up with Nova? You mean the little girl?
Yep. Ain't nobody playing with nobody. Just know that.
Poetic Flacco even brings it up on No Jumper.
Have y'all seen what ATM Richie said about Tanea and Nova?
Yeah.
So okay. So apparently he's blaming Nova for being the reason why P4 is in jail. I didn't know this to be true.
He said he's gonna R-word milk, right?
Do you know
we have that clip too, by the way.
The world didn't even know that he had anything to do with that girl. Right. I didn't know nothing.
ATM Richie is the one who brought Nova's name out, and then Adam Grandmason saying, we know it happens, look at Tanea's kid. They're the ones who did it. The man is degenerate. He needs to be investigated. Earlier, last month, Tanea, during all of this, is now whining about being a single mom at the laundromat. And she's homeless again. She got her son back from Texas. Her daughter is a 304 and, quote, got worse.
I sat and cried in the car today. Because I don't know what y'all see, but I know what I see. Literally, this black woman that's just literally living the life of a single mom, doing everything literally by herself. And God, I'm not gonna cry. And it just trips me out because it's not like I don't want no job. No, it's not. It's not like I never tried to have a job. But it's like every time I'm at a job, I'm doing another job at the job. True story. I'm getting fired just because I'm helping another woman with her problems. I will put my problems down and pick somebody else's up. My heart. And then cry because there's not so many people like me. And I'm fine with that. I don't have no problem with it. But it's just the fact that what mothers go through and how life be playing out. I've been through so much. It's a cold piece of motherfucking work. And I just can't believe it sometimes, like, this is where I'm at. I don't even care about a man, but I'm going to keep it going because I know it's something got to give. Because how I got here is even crazier.
The ad-libs vicious on that thing. She was really ad-libbing cold, though, I ain't gonna lie, but...
And I think I put this in here just to show y'all how yo-yo it is. Like how back and forth it is between Tanea and Nova. It's like, now they're doing a book promotion. Now they're together and she took accountability. Now the 304 daughter got worse and she's homeless and literally single mother. And it's like, well, the daughter's 15. She's a kid. Stop talking about her publicly like that. Anyway, it's weird to me because in clip after clip after clip, Adam Grandmason just doesn't seem to understand like what's the problem. So basically Whack 100, he's like a regular on No Jumper or whatever. He does at least say, and him and Adam Grandmason, I will say, at least kind of say like it's wrong no matter what, but they do kind of like act like it's like common. And then Tanea and Nova, I guess, probably facing threats and fear of facing threats, maybe perhaps, are freaking out that they're being called Fed snitches on No Jumper and, different people's podcasts. So then they start pulling their strings and they go on No Jumper with Adam and they start going against everything. No, we're not snitches. We would never snitch.
Are you telling on P4K?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no, I don't. Okay, so I have an idea why they're saying that because it was once upon a time.
Nova looks terrible and she's beautiful. I ain't talking about ugly or something. She looks like this lifestyle is already starting to really catch up with her. It's only been a year and a half, 2 years. She's 15 years old. She's basically covered in tattoos at this point. She's talking about on the dead homies, she ain't no snitch. Please, this innocent little precious little baby just a few years ago and she still is a child, and you have 47 or whatever year old Adam Grandmason adjusting the mic so she could tell her the Hoovers she's not a snitch louder or better or something. It's freaking deranged. Right. Adam's like, yeah, but there's no evidence that it's you. You're the 14-year-old from the indictment, right? It's just combining all the stories together.
I'll see him on Fig, but like I never talk to him because I'm like, oh no, like you feel me? Watch it. Yeah.
We'll censor it. But honestly, that's kind of what I suspected, because when I saw it popping up on news pages and stuff, I'm like, you don't seem like you have any kind of evidence behind this. You're just combining these two stories together because she's well known.
Exactly, and I was never the type, even when I was out there, I was never the type to even pay, a dude. I was out there with my homegirls. I was never, I don't care how famous he was, like, you feel me? I used to listen to his music or whatever, but
yeah, that's
I never
one thing
really,
she did. She
I used to listen to that music.
And he is right. It doesn't say Nova's name in that paperwork. Wack was wrong. He said it says Nova's name in the paperwork. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say her name in the paperwork unless he has access to some Fed paperwork we don't have access to. It says victim 11, a 14-year-old.
Nova, which is the daughter.
Her 15-year-old daughter, who is
the daughter, has been named as one of the minors.
How do you know that? I haven't seen any evidence of that. I see a lot of YouTube titles, but
it's in the paperwork.
Wait, really?
And it gives a description of dude that you name, the one that's not a Hoover, assaulting the kid with braces.
But Nova doubles down on her first thing she ever said about having a pay is that she wouldn't pay somebody. She said, I don't care how famous he is.
Combining these two stories together because she's well known.
Exactly, and I was never the type, even when I was out there, I was never the type to even pay, a dude. I was out there with my homegirls. I was never, I don't care how famous he was, like, you feel me? I used to listen to his music or whatever, but
yeah, that's
I never
one thing
really,
she did.
I used to listen to that music, but I never
Now, Tanea and Nova allege they don't even know PK4. They don't even know P4K, whatever his name is. But they do know of him.
Then you don't, yeah, she keeps saying, but you don't know what's true. You don't know what's true.
Oh, they're lying.
Yeah, you hear a plethora of different angles, but it's up for you to decipher what you feel like is true. I guarantee you that this is a moment to reflect and to a moment of awareness that this is what happens when no one talks about these type of issues.
And when they were out on Fig, they did see him and they have listened to his music. His very niche, Hood Crip Gang, whatever music, very niche. They've listened to the music, but they don't know him. Okay, got it. Then Tanea and Nova appear to imply that the feds are throwing their name into things for clout, but maybe I'm misunderstanding what they said. I don't think that's happening.
If she's allegedly a victim, how could her name be disclosed? How could
For sure she's a victim of something.
Not of nothing with P4K.
Okay, not with him, but I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, not nothing with no
not nothing with him. Can't nobody be able to be like, oh yeah, and Nova better watch her back. She better not watch nothing.
You never had P4K managing your box?
No.
Okay.
I don't know P4K. I mean, he followed me on Instagram and I follow him before.
It's hard for me to keep a straight face.
But it's crazy because it's they like to throw our name in anything for the clout. That's a serious jacket to be putting on a child and my child at that.
But maybe people are throwing their name in this for clout, but I would be lying if I said that I didn't think about it. Whenever I first heard that there was all these sting ops and these arrests and busts and all this for Figueroa and, trafficking in children, I would be lying if I didn't say at least it came across my mind, Nova. So maybe that's other people were thinking that too. I really don't know. I want to be very clear. Her name isn't mentioned in any paperwork that I saw for the public. People are talking about them in jail.
Yesterday, I guess somebody said that he was in jail. He was talking in jail and he was like, yeah, that bitch Nova and her mama going to court testifying. And that's why we hit you up, because that shit is nothing to play with. You feel me? Me and Mama, we don't get down like that. We don't snitch on nobody.
So we want to get him on the phone.
I got too much going on.
You want to get P4K on the phone?
I want you to get him on the phone.
Yeah,
you know how to get in touch with people so that he can say that he don't know who Nova is. Because it's
That's not a bad idea.
She's not a victim, and
I think he might be kind of lost in the system right now. I haven't heard about anybody talking to him.
Yeah, there's this clip. I just wanted to make sure it definitely makes it in my opinion, threats toward Nova by this grown man. Nova knows what time it is. Nova better stay out the way. This kind of implies here in this video, this ATM Richie's implying that Nova is a snitch, snitching on PK4. If somebody sex traffics you, you can't snitch. I think there should be some layers to this. There should be some levels.
A little bit. Nova, dead homies. Nova know what time it is. Nova better stay out the way for better days and better plays. Dead homies. Her and her punk ass mama. Not playing.
What do you think is up with Nova? You mean the little girl?
Yep. Ain't nobody playing with nobody. Just know that. Just know we not playing. Just know.
What did she do?
Just know we not playing about nothing. And we gon'
No, I'm asking, what did she do?
And so he doubles down. He's like, ain't nobody playing with nobody. You know, seemingly like, I don't care how old they are. Is he a Scientologist? Kids are just adults in little bodies or what? Just know we ain't playing about nothing. Now, as it stands right now, this ATM Richie is not a co-conspirator and he's not indicted on this RICO. And I'm just wondering why in the hell not? He's out here threatening little girls as far as what I could see. Even damn homie, this is Sharp the Pimp's ex. She's like, are you talking about the little girl? What'd she do?
What do you think is up with Nova? You mean the little girl?
He said, don't renegade or be a minor.
I hope you're not renegading or a minor, because it's bad and it's ugly on the other side of this. Yeah.
Also, this strange weirdo stated that he would teach his own daughter, the ways of the ism if she wanted to learn about it.
He just asked me some weirdo shit. Asked me, how would you feel? You said on Soft White Underbelly, you put bitches in dog kennels and cages.
You did say that, yeah.
You said you put bitches in hot water, make them call you daddy. How would you feel if they put your daughter in that cage? Bitch ass, how old is my daughter? If she 18, that's her motherfucking bad. Cause I'm not Captain Saving nothing. And I'ma show her the game. I'ma show her the game. If this what you want to do, bitch, you better be the biggest madam in the world.
So then, I guess ATM Richie wants to level up his clout. So after Tanea and Nova go on to clear up their side of the story, now ATM Richie wants to sit in the hot seat in the Carnival City room that feels like you're having a trip just looking at the wall. And he wants to do his little clown show. And he does a great clown show. If being a clown is the set point, yes, it was great. This is a clip from it right here. ATM Richie goes off on minors and renegades who work on Figueroa. He said real pimps kidnap renegades. And all the Ebony Alert posters are flashing off in my mind at this point.
Real kidnap renegades. Cause you bitches out here on our blades on the dead homies and y'all trying to make all this money on and y'all got loaf. Y'all be on y'all little backup pages with loaf on the dead homies and y'all ain't working for nobody. Y'all know what time it is, man. Easy call, man. It's Buffy the 304 Slayer. Hello. Dead homie.
Yeah, before we kidnap him. Yeah, he says all kinds of crazy stuff in this thing. And I'm with you, and I'm in full support of kidnapping the minors. And then he's like, no, not the minors.
Okay, but before we get to kidnapping renegades, which of course I support, and we're gonna talk about all that. Can we just get the early days?
Adult renegades.
Okay, definitely important note. Yeah.
This is another clip. ATM Richie on PK4 allegedly minor.
And that's a whole nother video. We just trying to keep this video short. I feel like it was definitely a success. We're gonna carry on, but of course I support. We definitely gotta do a follow-up to this.
We're gonna have to blur those two words out. And the Hoover Rico. Adam, again, downplaying it in my opinion. All these MFers are doing that. Nova's not even trying to hide it.
Apparently pretty common. When I'm talking to Nova, she's like, yeah, all these motherfuckers are doing that. It's she ain't trying to hide it.
Anyway, now this guy's seemingly not threatening Nova anymore, but he's like, okay, we're gonna just pray for her.
I swear to God, I'm praying for Nova, and I'm praying for her mom, and I'm wishing the best, and you know what I mean, and protect your kids and keep your kids off of the streets, you know what I mean.
Adam talks about PK4 again. Adam knows this PK4 guy and has admitted it.
On the dead homies, y'all gotta realize how old P4K is, and y'all gotta realize how.
It's almost like he's condoning. He's condoning the minor talk, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he should be denouncing it and ridiculing it. I do believe protect your kids.
You're saying Adam should be refuting it.
Adam is condoning this obviously to profit, and it's heartbreaking all the way around.
How old he was when he caught this case, so technically it's
okay.
This shit crazy.
How old is he right
now? Man, that nigga 21, 22.
Right now?
Yes. That means he was what? 17, 18.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? He was a kid his fucking self.
Adam makes a kidnapping joke about Nova and laughs because it's apparently so funny and implies that Nova put her own self in the situation.
Felt like Nova seemed very convincing when she sat here and said, I don't even know him at all. She said that she's like seen him a little bit, but that she doesn't have anything to do with him.
Right.
And she also says she's a renegade.
Right.
So she might have to get kidnapped, but when she's of age.
She's a child. She's a child.
Just kidding. Okay. But she denies.
Yeah, she's a child. And notice how Adam is overexerting little jokes pertaining to this child. And then, you know, oh, maybe when she's 18. You know, there is bullshit. And like I said, I got, if anything, another sequel of this video needs to definitely underscore Adams and anyone that platforms these type of travesties.
All that. So what's your response to that?
But then Richie, makes it 4 whole minutes in. He can't help himself. Again, I think this is witness intimidation. He said she better not work with the cops. Or what? It's a threat to me, in my opinion.
Okay, she in the interview was basically like almost on some gangster shit. She was like, I don't snitch. I don't talk to the cops. You're not going for it. You think she's lying?
I think she's telling the truth.
So you don't think she's worked with the cops?
She bet not. She better not work with the cops. Who does that? Who works with the cops?
And why isn't this guy indicted? Co-conspirator, I want to know. ATM Richie doubles down on the dead homies.
Yeah, and to publicly display your character like this on a platform is absurd.
Undeniably absurd.
Implying Tanea is a snitch, and now got her own daughter being a snitch too.
If you a snitch, you a snitch. How you a snitch and your daughter a snitch? Let's talk about that. Now you got your daughter doing the same you doing to get the homies booked. Bitch ass used to be the best shooter the hood had on the dead homies. Let's talk about it. Know who your daddy is.
Wait, who was the best shooter? I got kind of confused. I was texting the group chat saying, does
shout
anyone
out to
know
the AV baddies. Y'all know I had to say that, but what they be doing, clock it. Oh, clock T on the dead homies.
By this point, ATM Richie is fully in flash out mode.
Yeah, I believe that Adam is given his platform to the delinquency of minors. It's not even a laughing matter, honestly.
And Adam is even like backing up and looking at him like something is wrong with this dude. Apparently the snitchery runs in the family because apparently Nova's dad is also a well-known snitch.
I ain't scared to tell y'all that the woman or the child who's supposedly snitching, daddy is a well-known snitch.
Well, I guess that probably narrows it down a lot, but I don't know. We got to figure out who was piping Tinia in 2009. Anyway,
Adam even says, wait, shouldn't we be encouraging children to report these crimes? And this degenerate buffoon said instead we should be beating the shit out of the children and running them over with the cars because of doing prostitution. Never mind the entire federal indictment, which accuses this violent criminal gang of forcing children into this degeneracy.
But don't you think that, like, we should be kind of like encouraging underage girls to snitch on the people who are trafficking them, right?
Beating the shit out of underage girls trying to do any prostitution on my dead homies. You out here on that, I'm running you over with a car.
You're gonna punish punish them?
Any my partners tell me, there she go. Bop! Get your ass up out of here. Dead homies, we taking penitentiary chances out here. Get your ass up out of here. Matter of fact, where your daddy at? Where your mama? We doing that, Adam?
You can't beat up a.
It's the rigorous realities of the streets.
Under it, like, why?
Man, they better not.
Why wouldn't we go after the
If I'm on a Duce,
or maybe the clientele.
If I'm on some Duce and I'm in my motherfucking car,
for sure. Why would we be going after?
If a nigga be like, "Oh, that's the underage," and I see, I swear to God, I'm putting my head down. Get the fuck out of here!
What the?
Playing, I swear to God.
Sometimes during this interview, Adam develops like a conscience all of a sudden, and he like hates this guy, but then he snaps back into character. Richie, again, he says it's okay because it's been going on forever. And he's not there to judge other people's fantasies. Instead, he will just beat the kids for being out there on the street.
It's been going on forever, and motherfuckers just finally got.
Okay, thank you for being honest about that. Yeah,
it's been going on forever.
I feel like
and I ain't here to expose none of that shit because motherfuckers got their own fashions and fantasies. If you into pedophilia, you into pedophilia, and a lot of these niggas not even into pedophilia. I swear to God, a lot of these niggas ain't even pedophiles, bro. A lot of these niggas on the dead homies, they just know the game. The game is to get in the pimp game and graduate and elevate to possibly get in some minors because a minor sells more.
He said this business is business. The people selling children aren't even PDFs. They're not even PDFs themselves. They just, they're just doing the business. You can't even blame them. He said the natural slippery slope is to becoming worldwide traffickers and kidnapping women and kids in other countries and threatening to sell their organs.
To possibly getting to become a kingpin. And now you going to other countries and you kidnapping kids and different women and shit. That's really the moral of the story to get to.
You've seen this trajectory for like Los Angeles pimps that they end up going overseas and becoming like worldwide travelers.
I ain't trying to do none of that, bro. But
I would love to know who was doing this. This sounds
Lady Duck. Look at Lady Duck. What they saying she doing?
Well, she was on the block doing it.
But
right?
they talking about she trafficking organs and shit.
Okay,
that's
but the
whole different level.
Yeah, I agree. That's a totally different level. But like Lady Duck, the only thing in the indictment is them saying that someone else suggested that they would do that to a girl. That they would basically.
And what she say?
And all of this theatrics is despicable to me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like at the end of the day, somebody got to call it out. Somebody got to speak on it. Adam 22 is profiting. He not trying. He not trying to be the savior. He not trying to be basically. Adam has a share inside of this.
He's laughing alongside of it. He's making jokes about it.
And it's ridiculous.
She was like, let me see him.
Which means what? Oh my
but that doesn't make us think that she herself engaged in that process.
Even if she didn't on the dead homies, and even if she didn't, and even if she did, a did would have been like, what she look like? Because I probably can do something with the right or wrong.
I mean, I don't know.
Come on, gang.
It's like that was one of the things in the lawsuit. One of the pimps.
And at the end of the day, you get on a platform where they're recording and live streaming you, and you're speaking to this tenacity is mind-boggling.
Called up somebody else and said, I'm about to sell my property, which is a woman, into the organ trade unless you want her. Do you want to buy her? Because I'm selling her for her organs. And then that part of the lawsuit gets brought up in this interview. We can put the clip in here. And then they run through like a role play hypothetical scenario to see if Adam, if he were the hypothetical trafficking pimp, would he purchase the sex slave to save her life from being sold into organ trafficking? And Adam's like, no. Do I care if you kill some random bitch? I'll put his own words in there so he's saying them himself.
If you a fucking drug lord and I hit you up and tell you, look, I got a bitch. If you don't want her, I'm gonna sell this bitch organs. What you gonna tell me, Adam? What would you tell me on a dead homies if you was in position? What would you tell me?
So I'm a drug lord.
No, not a drug lord, a traffic lord.
Okay. And you were like, I got this girl. Do you want her?
And I hit you up, Adam, and said, I got this. If you don't want her, I'm gonna sell her organs.
Okay, we're talking
what would
about
you tell me, Adam?
Of age.
Of age, right.
I mean, I don't think the fact that if I don't buy her, then you're going to basically kill her. I don't think that's going to make me more likely to want to purchase her.
Not even if
because what the f do I care if you some random girl?
See what she look like? You're gonna be like, what the f- look like?
I mean, maybe.
But then, you know, there's this sort of overarching, over-ringing kind of thread running through the whole thing. And I think it is perfectly concluded in this ominous soundbite right here.
He been way.
It's very much needed for these issues to be spoken about, because when you actually live inside of this moment, you don't see these atrocities. People are condoning this and platforming this,
Right. Taking advantage of vulnerable.
taking advantage.
And then mocking it.
It's not right. And our children should be protected.
At all costs.
Way too viral for you not to know that that's a kid. Everybody know her
crazy,
face.
man.
Yeah, she like the famous kid prostitute.
You are 100% correct, and it sounds crazy.
Yeah, that is a crazy.
Well, she's been doing it too since she was like 13.
Normalized, that's crazy, but like that's what it is.
Kind of ties the whole thing together in this sick way that the perpetrators, the so-called Johns, the abusers, the child abusers, not only do they just, you know, probably know that what they're dealing with and who they're dealing with is under the age of 18, but they're probably into it and they probably like it. And not only that, they're probably into and like it that this is a specific type of child S worker or abuse victim, a famous one. And it just brings me all the way back to the first thing I said in this video. Mark Leta from Soft White Underbelly deliberately chose to interview, possibly alone, I don't know how many people were in the room, apparently without her mother present. The story has changed. And to advertise, whether it was his intention to do so or not, the full body, almost entirely nude, of this child. The location, the name, how long it's been since she's been doing it, where to find, different social media, and now, 2 years later, not even, she's a famous child S worker whose life is obviously in danger. Her mom doesn't seem to have any ability to keep her safe. Is it a too far gone situation? I mean, hell, it could, who knows? Hopefully not.
What would you say to that? Is it too far gone?
No, not until she's found. It's not. She has to be found, right?
I believe she's, whether found or not found, able to come back from all of these disparaging accounts.
No, she said that herself. She's too famous now. Everybody knows what she's known for.
Right.
She said that. So it doesn't matter where she goes. Everybody knows who she is.
Right.
But it's to the point where you got people in jail, sitting on their jail bunk, being the voice of reason.
Look, how could you get on here with a white man and belittle a black little girl and her mama that you know both of them got all type of crazy stuff
on Denver lanes. Stop playing. Like, this is what I want to hear. This is what I want to hear right here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad we could hear almost the voice of reason. If he's saying exactly what I think he's gonna say, albeit from inside of a prison cell. I believe everyone should hear this part.
Sitting on their jail bunk, being the voice of reason.
Look, how could you get on here with a white man and belittle a black little girl and her mama that you know both of them got all type of crazy stuff going on? You know both of them not in the best situation. I don't think that was Adam's place to do that.
Come on.
Adam should have never been talking about them. Never, ever been talking about a little girl like that, and neither should Mark Leta. She's asking for it. She thrusts herself in the lifestyle, whatever. No. He said, I don't think that was Adam's place to do that. I don't either. The adult is supposed to have the awareness. Sooner or later, Nova might fix her life. And it's not these two grown men's job to air that all out, and I agree. Who made this child famous? Her mother had a hand in it, going on Mark Leta and then back again over and over, and then no jumper and talking about this stuff on live and everything else. Mark Leta put this child up there, completely vulnerable and exposed, just a month before she went missing. Ebony alert. She continues to run away from her mother, is constantly brought back to her.
I'm gonna leave because I don't want to be there.
There's just like, what are they
She
gonna
done
do?
hopped out of a police car. She don't cooperate with
Not a police car, but
on the freeway.
No, not a police.
See the highway patrol. She went viral.
You were handcuffed or not?
No, I didn't
54
hop out
million
of the
views
car.
on Twitter.
Mom, I didn't hop out the car.
That's what they told me.
No, I hopped out the social worker van, not the you.
Okay, the social worker van.
Yeah,
Her mother wants her to go teach other 10th graders, school them. I'm not sure that's such a great idea. Now, everybody mentioned in this video, including those indicted, unindicted, accused.
Right. I think it's a broken system. It's up to us to keep these stories at the forefront, that this is the problem. At the end of the day, we can't normalize this and we can't platform this. We should be helping this.
Right, but we're told to tell law enforcement. And clearly, she can escape law enforcement over and over again.
It's a broken system. It's definitely a broken system.
Or not are innocent until proven guilty. Please do not contact anybody mentioned in this video. That is not the point. The purpose of this video is to talk about many issues of public concern. Specifically, I hope that somebody looks into this We Kidnap Renegades fellow. Hope somebody's working on something with that. That's pretty damning evidence. Facts ain't defamation, either. Our opinions. Love you, Minnie. Okay, bye.
All right, so definitely that was the first episode. Hot mic, hot topic. We definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in with us.
We're gonna talk about Adam next.
Definitely, we definitely gotta get into the Adam 22 situation, and we're gonna sign out on that.
Peace.
Let's go.